America has an incredible history and was founded on principles that have made this country the leader of the free world. Today we visit the capital of the United States of America. We're in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., the US capital, is a compact city on the Potomac River, bordering the states of Maryland and Virginia. It's defined by imposing neoclassical monuments and buildings, including the iconic White House and Capitol Hill. We're here in the spring and the cherry blossoms are everywhere, and the weather is absolutely gorgeous. But today, it's all about the food. Today our guest is local foodie and CEO, Chief Eating Officer at Mangia DC Food Tours.
I was a tour guide when I was at school. I had a business background and I loved food. And so with these all three passions combined, just screamed the position that I'm in now.
Dave Saxe has chosen 3 really cool places in DC for us to get our tasting on.
And Dave.
Gary.
How you doing?
Very good. Yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for inviting us to beautiful Washington, D.C. So we're going to do something a bit different today. Is it true we're starting off with dinner, then lunch, and then breakfast?
I figured we'd switch it up a little bit. That's right.
I love it. So D.C. can do whatever they want, right?
Well, sometimes. You know, when in Rome. Oh, well, we're not in Rome. We're in D.C., so we're going to just have fun.
Our first stop is gourmet burger joint Jukes Grocery. It's a neighborhood pub and supper spot located in the DuPont Circle neighborhood of Washington.
We started this almost 5 years ago, time really flies, as a nod to East London, the inspiration from that side of London, which is now very avant-garde, very hip, historically a really interesting and eclectic mix of blue-collar, immigrants, the creative class. And so you have this great melting pot of people and thus of flavors really from around not just Great Britain, but the Commonwealth and all over the world.
Jukes Grocery.
That's right.
Why grocery?
You know, I wish I knew, but it's an English tavern, and so from the outside looking in, you would have no idea what's here, but
it really is quite a surprise when you walk in. Like, I mean, it's a really plain building from the outside. Come in here, and this is a great joint. Like, it's a joint. Like, it's so cool. So then when I walked in and you saw the actual restaurant, it's actually a really cool spot. And Daniel, the owner, knows what he wants from a good burger. And today we're having the proper burger, which is a proper burger. So I'll be interested to see how that tastes. We're starting off the day with dinner, and we're finishing with breakfast.
That's right.
I like that.
That's right. You got to go big or go home.
I reckon. Thanks for taking me on your tour today.
That's right. We've got our own personal VIP tour today.
This is so cool. And you do this full time, right?
Yeah. So you know, the business that I run, we host local cultural food tasting experiences in Washington, D.C.
Sounds very posh.
Yeah, it's a hard life we do it, so it's a lot of fun. I love doing staycations in Washington, D.C., navigating the restaurants, and I just thought, you know what, why don't we just do this full time? And so I ended up doing a food tour over in Europe, and I thought, this has to be something I can do.
Do you eat all day when you do the tour, like personally?
Yeah, you know, originally I used to do that, but then eventually over time, if I did that, this belly might be a little bit larger. But
I know all about that.
Right, okay, I'm with you on that. Right? Yeah. You travel the world. I stick to my cities. Should I open one of these, huh?
Let's do that. So we're having some beers at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, hard life.
Fantastic.
Hard life.
It's a great job when you can get it.
All right.
This is great, mate. So we're doing English beer?
We're doing an English beer.
Because it's an English joint.
It's an English joint,
okay.
Exactly.
And what are we eating here today?
So today we're going to be eating the proper burger. Okay. And my God, is it proper.
Dave and Gary are going to enjoy the proper burger. We serve either medium rare or well done. It's 2 Creekstone Farms premium Angus patties. Each of them is a 1/4 pound, so a total 1/2 pound burger. And they're diner style thin patties. So we either sear them medium rare or go through well done. Fresh baked brioche from Leon Bakery, great local bakery, delivered fresh here every morning. We char the red onions, make the garlic dill pickles in-house, have garlic aioli, Thai sweet chili sauce, and then 2 strips of Gouda.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, the white truffle.
Yes.
So we got the white truffle mac, the proper burger,
Times 2.
which just looks amazing. The burger came out and it looked really good. You can tell that's all good ingredients. This looks so good.
This is where it's at.
That's really pretty. It's a pretty looking burger as well.
I'm about to get into my elements. You have to watch out.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I think we need like 25 seconds of like
Just kind of silent. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
If they've ordered the burger, or anything, but especially the burger, once the food hits, there's about 20 to 25 seconds of this really beautiful silence from a table that was noisy, right? Because they're just getting into it.
So how are we gonna do this? We should really get in there and cut it up and take a bite.
All right. We can cut it up. Or just hold it with the stick and go after it. It's up to you. And cut it up. All right. We can
Actually,
cut it up.
no. Let's just do that. Let's do it the American way.
The American way.
It's gonna be messy. Oh, it's a good looking burger. Oh wow. The onions, I can really taste those. The real hero there was the pickles and the onion. The flavors in the whole bun was amazing.
Everything just kind of pairs the way it should.
Love the char on the meat. That's really important to me because I think that's where the flavor comes from. Those onions, these glazed kind of marinated onions are just so damn good.
I'm not going to turn you wrong today, Gary.
I reckon.
All right.
This is great. I can imagine coming there on a Friday night with a glass of red wine and eating that burger. It would be so damn nice. Let's try the mac and cheese, shall we? This is so much food.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot. We gotta go after it. So you know.
Yep. As you say, go big or go home.
That's why we're here.
So what have we got here? So this is
This is truffle oil mac and cheese.
Okay. So normally you would have like a fries, I guess, with a burger.
Sometimes they have fries, but
Yep.
because it's its own signature, they sometimes just bring it right to the table.
So we've got pasta in here, some really cool pasta. Wow, look at that. There's a lot of cheese there. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course.
Let's give this a try.
Grab some of this too.
You know, mac and cheese is such an American dish. I mean, it doesn't mean...
It's our staple.
We've had like lobster mac and cheese, and it's like mac and cheese will go with anything.
Yeah. It is definitely our staple.
Oh, yum. That cheese is really good. The mac and cheese, I'm not a big mac and cheese guy. I find it really cheesy, and like literally cheesy, but also tasty cheesy. But the taste of this one, it was more cream than it was cheese, so therefore it was really quite nice. This is not overpowering. Sometimes it's really kind of, it can be too too oily.
Yeah, it's
This is not that at all.
right to the point. And the extra truffle oil just kind of adds that extra punch that all makes you want to keep eating more.
And that's what I'm doing. That's great. Well, we're going to finish up here. Where's our next location?
Next location that we'll be going to is the Darlington House.
Yep.
It's a 19th century colonial. Every level has a different vibe and ambiance.
Okay.
There's a lot of history behind that particular restaurant.
Okay.
And the owners are nothing but amazing.
Okay, and what sort of food are we going to be eating?
We'll be having Italian cuisine. So on the outside looking in, it's called the Darlington House. You'd have no idea that it's an Italian restaurant, but it absolutely is.
There seems to be a bit of a theme here, like the outsides don't really give away what's on the inside here.
Exactly. A lot of hidden gems.
Okay.
A lot of hidden gems.
Let's finish up and let's get on down there.
Sounds like a plan.
Up next, we're trying some modern Italian fare, set in a historic converted townhouse. Now we're here at Darlington House. It serves modern Italian fare with fresh pastas set in a converted townhouse with high ceilings and a beautiful bay window.
Look at this, we got a nice little romantic date here.
Isn't this great?
And in fact, yeah, this is actually where my fiance and I got engaged.
For real?
Yes.
That's why you've taken me here, because this has got a bit of a special place in your heart.
It sure is. It's the food, ambiance, and cuisine. All three right in front of us.
Dave's a really cool guy. Really love spending time with him. It was really nice for him to take me to the place where he was engaged to his beautiful fiancée. So I can see why he would take her there. It's kind of like got that really nice charm about it. This has got a really interesting story, this building. It's from the outside, you can tell it's a story.
That's right. From the outside looking in, it was actually purchased by a man named J.J. Darlington.
We took over this place in 2007. It was a historic building that was built in 1890 by a man named J.J. Darlington. So we decided to name it after him as his home. But I always say my husband's Italian, so the kitchen has an Italian soul.
He's a lawyer by trade, president of an orphanage, and the advisor of a bank. He had a lot of accolades, and this whole estate was a family of 4. And then over time transitioned to a restaurant, and this place was called the Child Herald. There was blues, rock and roll, and jazz.
Really?
Emmylou Harris, Bruce Springsteen, and the Ramones all played in the bay window that we're actually sitting very close to.
What?
Yeah.
This is before they were big,
This
right?
was before the restaurant. It was called the Child Herald before that time.
What an amazing history that place has. So many rock stars have played there. Bruce Springsteen played there. I mean, that's pretty cool. And I guess that's why on the walls there's all these, honor of some of the most amazing musicians in the world.
That's right. That's right. There's a lot of gorgeous. It's a gorgeous tapestry, and there's a lot of unique artists that have been around here as well to keep that same vibe.
That's great.
We have a pub on the first floor. This is our main dining room. And upstairs we have an event space.
So we're in the dining room. Downstairs is like a pub, right?
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's an English tavern, and that's because that's exactly what it once was back in the Child Herald days.
Right.
But each level kind of has its own vibe, and where we are is kind of the dining room area.
This is very posh.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say it's too posh. I would say it's welcoming. So this is anyone can really come here and have a great meal.
Now this restaurant is on your tour.
Yes, well, they've been on our tour, and it's been a blast.
So, and how does the tour kind of work? Does everyone get like a try of different dishes? Or how?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, you'll be with a guide that has a passion for food.
Yeah.
It takes you on foot to learn about the history, culture, and architecture of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then you'll stop to taste from local family-run eateries. You'll learn about the origin of the food, where it comes from, so it just makes the food taste that much better.
Now this area we're in now is kind of like DuPont Circle still?
This is exactly still DuPont Circle.
Okay, great.
It's DuPont Circle.
It's such a pretty area here.
Gorgeous.
It's always got a French kind of look about it. This whole area, DuPont Circle, is a really cool spot. In fact, it reminds me so much of France, the way it's laid out and the look of the buildings. So obviously you can see that the guy who actually designed the city, who this area is named after, most certainly was French.
The reason why it's French is because Pierre Lafont was the city's designer, and so he's of French descent, and so that's why you'll see a lot of Beaux-Arts, French Impressionistic architecture.
That makes a lot of sense now. Because even the way the streets and the roundabouts, I mean, there's not a lot of roundabouts in America.
Yeah.
So it's a European thing. Yeah.
And DC has plenty of them.
And do they work? Do people...
I say they work. It depends. I mean, DC is very traffic oriented during specific times of the day. I'd say from 11 to 2 o'clock, it works. Okay. But from 3 to 8, it really does not work. Exactly.
So what are we going to eat today?
So we're going to have a salmon tagliolini. So it's tagliolini.
You say that so well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So it's salmon. We've got sun-dried tomatoes with the little peas and a vodka sauce. It is delicious.
Vodka sauce?
That's right.
But the vodka burns off, right?
It burns off after cook. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of emphasis on Italian pastas, scratch cooking. Everything is made in-house except the hamburger ones.
And here I'm having a Pinot Noir and you're having like a rosé,
exactly.
Which is great. I mean, we're having the best time of our lives. We've started with beer as well. I think this is good. At least at breakfast, the next one, we won't be drinking alcohol. So.
No alcohol. Well, I don't know. We might just have a little in DC. We go big or go home. We got to remember that theme. Over here to the right, we actually have a
prosciutto.
We have prosciutto di Parma and we have burrata right there as well.
We're making burrata, which is a mozzarella that's almost inside. It's like a butter. It's beautiful, and we have little baby tomatoes from Sicily that are almost like a sweet and sour, and you'll just love them.
Burrata.
Burrata.
Your Italian's fantastic.
Grazie.
And this is the dish. This is our hero dish, the one that we're talking about today.
This is salmon tagliolini.
Yep.
So it's tagliolini noodles. We've got salmon in here. We've got roasted peppers and some peas and a vodka sauce.
Sun-dried tomatoes. That's so Italian and absolutely fantastic. Very salty. Can't wait to get in and try some of this. What do you think?
This is it.
Okay.
This is it.
The noodles, obviously the pasta is an egg-based pasta.
Yep.
Which you can really taste of that, obviously.
You can tell that it's also handmade as well. You can get that texture.
Salmon really fresh. So it's breaking apart in my mouth, which I absolutely love. And the sun-dried tomatoes, I'm so glad they've cut them up smaller because they are really quite chewy. And if they're too clumpy,
It's kind of like
you just can't get through them.
It's hard to get around. You're
Exactly. This is actually done really well. I've never seen peas put in there before.
They got to do it to get extra flavor for it.
It adds flavour, adds a sort of a healthier element, but also the colour. It adds some nice colour as well. We had an Italian pasta, tagliatelle with salmon. We had the sun-dried tomatoes and peas. I've never seen peas in that dish before, but I'm going to say because it has an Italian kind of exoticness to it, I think this one's in front at the moment. This is great. Not too oily as well. Even though it's a cream-based sauce with the vodka cream-based sauce.
Yeah, it's traditionally not Italian, but still, it just makes the best touch for this.
Love it. We're going to finish up here because this is our lunch, and then we're going to go and have breakfast. Let's finish up here, and I can't wait to get down there and try and see what the breakfast is.
All right, perfect. Done.
So we've had the burger, and I've had the Italian pasta. We're off to a good start. So we're going to breakfast now. Now that is something I never thought I would be doing, having breakfast at the end of the day. But hey, why not? Up next, we visit a DC institution known for its boozy milkshakes and homemade Pop-Tarts. We're here at Ted's Bulletin. It's an institution here in DC. It's known for its boozy milkshakes and homemade Pop-Tarts. We're here to check them both out. This is a really busy joint.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity here. I mean, of course, this is an institution. It's Ted's Bulletin.
So this is big. This is big in Washington.
Absolutely. Now, if you remember, I said that there's not that many breakfast joints here in Washington, D.C. Ted's Bulletin puts it on the market.
A couple things we're really famous for is our homemade Pop-Tarts. Serving breakfast all day has been a huge hit. We serve the most important meal of the day every single day. And then lastly, our boozy shakes. Our boozy shakes really put us on the map.
It's got so much going on here. You've got the bar, you've got the bakery, and you've got the diner.
That's right. That's right. We've got all three and all combined, and I'm excited for us to have these boozy milkshakes, which is exactly what they're known for.
A boozy shake is a really delicious milkshake where we add some booze to it, really simply. So you can get it with or without booze, depending on what kind of mood you're in.
Well, this is the thing. I thought we were doing kind of breakfast, which we kind of are, but we are doing the boozy milkshake.
We're in DC. We got to add a little alcohol to it, my man.
Who would have thought boozy milkshake? Is that a DC thing, or what is that?
This is a Ted's Bulletin thing.
Okay.
This is a Ted Bulletin thing, but whenever you come here, you come for breakfast, you come for brunch with friends or family, this is the place to do it.
Now, what about you for the future? Do you think you're going to stay here in Washington? Or?
Oh my gosh! Well, you know, I'm laying roots down here. I can absolutely call Washington D.C. my hometown.
Well, I mean, we're here like in spring, and the weather is like, is it in the 80s today? It's like
yeah, it's in the
warm.
80s today. And in fact, Washington D.C. was actually initially known as a swampland, and so that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
They ended up transitioning it to the city of Washington D.C., which is why there's only really 3 weeks of awesome weather.
So Dave and Gary today are going to try our new cherry tart, and they're also going to try our classic strawberry homemade Pop-Tart, which I think they're going to love. To go with that, we're going to feature our Millionaire Malt with Macallan 17.
We're having like booze for breakfast.
Yeah, a boozy breakfast.
Have you had these before?
I've had these shakes before, but I don't know if I've had this exact shake before.
Okay.
But it's well known from what I've been told, for sure.
So how does this work?
So we eat, my friends.
So, but how does this work?
Oh, this is just extra. This is just extra. So they make a big batch, and then if we want a little more, we can just scoop a little bit and put it in. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, can we try the let's try the I was gonna say cocktails, but
cheers, my friend.
The boozy shakes.
Let's do it.
That's really thick.
This is where it's at. The beauty about this is that you almost don't even know that there's alcohol in there, but you kind of tell. You can kind of tell.
You know what? I don't know. For me, when I drink alcohol, I can feel it in my blood. I feel like there's like in my legs. You know what I mean? You know that?
Yeah, it's usually after my second or third where that comes to me.
Okay.
Not the most immediate drink, but you know, you get it.
I can kind of feel it straight away. It's like weird. Thanks for taking us here. This is a cool spot.
This is the place to be.
This is great. Okay, so what should we do? We'll cut this in half?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
All right.
Yeah, and these are handmade. So this is
Look
is
at
where
that.
it's at. They make them all fresh right here.
So the Pop-Tarts, which we call our Ted's Tarts, they're essentially a pie dough that we roll out very thin. And then we have 4 different flavors, which are our classic, which is our strawberry, blueberry cheesecake, cinnamon brown sugar, and our salted caramel. Then we have seasonal ones, which we just launched a cherry blossom tart, which actually moved into our top seller just recently. Yeah, so very delicious. And then so it's a combination of, we make our fillings in-house, and then we put the pastry back over the top. We hand cut them, hand bake them, and then we glaze them when they're out of the oven.
I don't feel so bad eating this really sugary kind of like pastry dish. It's got fruit in there, right?
Yeah, look, hey, it's healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy.
So that one must be the cherry, I think, and this one is the strawberry. Oh yeah, that's the strawberry right there. All right, let's give this a taste, shall we?
All right, perfect.
Wow, it's really messy.
Yeah, it crumbles a little bit, but
Wow.
I would say, having enough Pop-Tarts, this is where it's at.
This is so good.
I call them Ted Tarts here, but they're great.
Cherry one, which is just new on the menu, tastes great. Let me try the strawberry one. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get the cherry.
This tastes really great. I love the sprinkles as well. Kids would absolutely go nuts with this stuff.
Yeah, everyone. The beauty about this is that if you wanna have booze, you can bring your kids here as well.
Yeah.
And it's just a family friendly organization.
I think what separates us here, again, the breakfast all day, and we are that anchor of the community, where it's not that we're specializing in one cuisine or the other. We really serve just delicious American comfort food, and we do it right.
Wow. That was an amazing day. Now, when we come back, we have to decide what our favorite dish was of the day. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to get you to do it as well.
All right.
That's going to be difficult because
take it.
you got to offend people and stuff.
I know. It might be hard, but at the end of the day, they're all great places. They're all local. And they're all amazing. But we got to do this. We got to pick it.
When we come back, we're going to recap and choose our favorite dish of the day. Welcome back. Now we're here for the big decision. It's time to decide our favorite dish of the day.
We had a great time today.
Oh, it was awesome. Loved it.
I am so full from so much food. We started off at beautiful Jukes Grocery. Why is it called Jukes Grocery?
Well, grocery. It was initially they had the restaurant theme, and at the beginning they actually sold farmed products as well. But they did away with that. They were so popular, so they had the extra seating.
Yeah.
And now it's just it's a full-on restaurant.
Loved it. The burger there was amazing. Absolutely loved the meat patty because it wasn't too thick.
Proper burger. It was. What do you think? Proper?
It was proper.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
The pickles, you really taste the pickles, but the winner for me was the pickled onions.
Yeah. The onion, it just adds that extra taste and zest to it.
For sure. If I lived here on a Friday night, I would be down there having a red wine every Friday night with that burger. It was really good.
Well, I live in the city, my man, so just let me know. This is my neighborhood, so just let me know.
Absolutely. Then we headed down to Darlington House. Now, Darlington House is a very English name, but their food was not English at all.
Yeah, the original owner, J.J. Darlington, and that was the main reason why they had that particular name, because they wanted to pay tribute to its original homage for that very reason.
Yeah.
But it's so welcoming and friendly. It feels like you're home, and make your family whenever you go there.
Yeah, for sure. And I loved the pasta. The pasta there was the salmon pasta. It had peas in there, which is a little odd.
Right.
Sun-dried tomatoes. Loved how they weren't too chunky.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they can be a little chunky if you have them in there. But they're really there to actually rub off on everything and give it that beautiful salty flavor, which it did.
That's right. And even with the cream sauce, it was light and refreshing. Just a perfect dish to have for lunch. It was delicious.
Then we went down to
Ted's Bulletin.
Ted's Bulletin.
Yeah.
What does that name mean, Bulletin?
Well, it's Ted's Bulletin is actually an institution here.
Okay.
And so it's a catchy name. It's
Okay.
it's a catchy name.
And they have like 5 locations now.
Yeah, so they definitely have 5 locations now, and they've created a staple for the city.
I must say the freshness of what we ate here today, the Pop-Tarts or the Ted Tarts as they're called
Yes,
here.
the Ted Tarts, they make it all fresh.
So good.
Can't forget about those boozy shakes.
I'm feeling a little tipsy.
Yeah.
So they were great. It just went down really, really nicely. So we need to choose a favorite.
We have to choose a favorite.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Okay,
Fine.
I've chosen mine.
I guess I have one too.
Okay.
What was yours?
Mine was the tagliatelle and the salmon pasta. It was absolutely sensational. As I said, the sun-dried tomatoes, the peas did add colour and also a different dimension to it as well. But for me, it was the fresh salmon in there. It was delicious. Okay, so what's yours?
I love that proper burger.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that I always go to, and I kind of knew before we ended up doing this would be my favorite, but it was just delightful.
It's great. Dave, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for a great time.
Gary, it was my pleasure. So happy you came.
We're going to come back and do your cooking class.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Gary. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for coming on the tour with us. Join us next time as we continue to taste our way around America.